What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and check it out. We have all uniforms 40% off, summer sale, sweet, limited time only. And if you're into that, that's cool. We're going to go ahead and open it up, and I got my hands on a Tier 2 ticket today. So we're going to go ahead and check that out. It's late in the day at this point. I've already actually run through a lot of stuff, but we're going to go ahead and check out what we have going on. I could use these Hella biometrics. I don't really actually need them, but I'm going to feed them to, what's her name? Scarlet Witch, because that's what I'm working on right now. But, as the title suggests, I got the Tier 2 ticket from the Ant-Man and Wasp event. So we are going to give that, I believe, to Ghost. Alright, the title might not suggest that. I don't know if I'm actually ready for that. Whoopsie! Alright, so we're maybe not giving it to Ghost. But I am going to be using it on Ghost as soon as I get her gear all to level 20. So I do have a Tier 2 ticket that I'm sitting on for that. But I'm ready to Tier 2 either Daredevil, Songbird, or Sandman. And I am actually going to go with Sandman because Sandman has been pretty strong for me even without being Tier 2. Now, I'm not going to be able to Tier 2 anybody for about a minute because I have very low stock on my Norn Stones of Chaos, but we're going to go ahead and do this. Bam! So we got Sand Mass. Applies a self-decrease all damage received by 18%. Increase skill damage by 25% and bonus damage by 30%. So that's actually pretty solid, I think. So that's good for him. And we'll take that 200,000 gold. And I might have actually already done a lot of stuff today, so I don't know what I can actually do. I think I've actually even already used him in Shadowlands, so that might not be a go. This is Rumble mode. So let's actually look at supervillains. And yeah, I've already used him this week, so we're not gonna do that yet. I might just go ahead and finish off everything in the video though. So let's actually check him out in Veiled Secret. I don't really need to run this, but we will. So let's go ahead and actually go into here, and we're gonna find Sandman. So I did pick up the Scarlet Witch costume, since we're going to be taking her to 6 stars, hopefully soon. And apparently she's pretty lethal with the costume, so that's great. So let's go ahead and check out how Sandman does here. I'm sure he's going to do great. I honestly hadn't used him much, but after getting Mysterio to Tier 2, he kind of became my new priority for Spider-Man's kind of enemies. And like I said, I've actually been using him quite a bit in Shadowland lately. I usually use him in the wave mode, and I actually usually use him with Rhino and Dr. Octopus. Neither of which are Tier 2, or Lizard. Like, basically, any 3 of those 4 together have worked really well for me. Sometimes either in relay mode or in wave mode. They're actually pretty strong, so I do like them quite a bit. So honestly, I was going to take Daredevil to Tier 2 because he costs less, and that would get me, to having another Tier 2 character sooner. But Sandman's just so strong, I kind of just had to do it. And he's kind of proving his worth right here. Not everybody can beat Magneto on their own. Sometimes, they end up dying and you have to go to another character. So I've done that before in videos even. So this kind of shows you, obviously he's not taking him out right away like some of the other characters have, but this is definitely giving you a good idea of what he's capable of. I don't know that Sand is elemental, so I don't know how he would work against Ebony Maw. But that might be something that works out. I certainly wouldn't mind having him as like one of my third characters that's really just there to take some damage and run around in circles if need be. But yeah, pretty solid go there. I don't really need any of this stuff, so I don't really want to do many more runs of this. I figured maybe what I could end up doing, you know, we basically saw Sandman. That's all that counts, essentially. I have Dark Dimension I can run through, I guess. So we'll do one run of Dark Dimension with Sandman, see how he does in this. And then maybe I'll go ahead and finish out Shadowland in this video. So I see probably a couple more days and I'll use that tier 2 ticket on Ghost. I really feel like she's the best choice to use it for. Out of other characters that I kind of have ready but not enough shards for, or biometrics I should say. My other choice would be, you know, potentially Inferno, because I know I have him at level 20 on everything. I might, honestly, because it's going to take a couple days, and I'll think about this overnight after I'm done making this video, I might actually use the tier 2 ticket on Inferno and then use his biometrics towards something else, because I will get another tier 2 ticket at the end of the month, and honestly it could be a few days before I'm really ready to use the tier 2 ticket with Ghost, so it might be a better approach to kind of go that route. So I don't know, I'll think about it either way. I feel like using those bios would be pretty good for leveling some other characters. So that's Sandman right there. Let's go ahead and see if we can finish off Shadowland here. We're on 423. This is Rumble mode. Blast type characters have an advantage of this stage. Blast. So this is what I have left at this point on this floor. And I think we might go ahead and just use Scarlet Witch here, even at 5 stars. And we will add Wasp and Adam Warlock. I have not used the new Scarlet Witch costume yet, so this should be pretty cool. Even at 3 stars, Adam Warlock is pretty solid. He does actually a decent amount of work and kind of holds his own. I really only use him in stuff like this. Obviously, my Scarlet Witch isn't fully like matured either. I don't even have her 5 skill. So this was a little bit of a risk, but I like to try things different. So right now we're down to Punisher. Adam Warlock hasn't taken any damage, so that worked out actually pretty well. I like it when I'm able to just basically save like my main characters as long as I can. I really only need to save Nova for the 30th round. Alright, so this is a boss mode. Villains have the advantage. I left myself a little thin on villains. I used Anti-Mantle earlier than I wanted to. So this is not the wave I think I used Ghost on. So here's what we'll do. Let's try Carnage, Blizzard, and Vulture. Critical, physical attack. We're gonna start off with Blizzard. worth it. I haven't really used Carnage very much since I tier 2'd him. There's one thing that I've done with him kind of late in the game, in Shadowland, where he actually like did really well. I really only use him. No, this isn't gonna work. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to bring in Magneto. I just don't remember whether or not there's another situation where I can. I actually might be doing pretty well here. See, I don't, I'm still, like, kind of learning when it ends and everything. That was actually not as bad as it could have been. But we're going to actually start over. We're just going to do Magneto in here. And just Magneto. I should be able to handle it with just Magneto. I try to save my people for as long as I can. Solid for me. Boom, there you go. I always forget whether or not there's one more villain wave after this. Let's go to floor 25. This is entry mode. And this is the floor that I just used Thor. I might actually even just use Anti-Man sometimes. I don't remember if I used him yet. I'm very, very close to getting Thor to tier 3. All I really need for him is about 60 of the cube shards. And I'll be able to get him to tier 3. So that should be in the next day or two. Alright, so 26, boss mode. I feel like I normally do this one. Combat style have the advantage, so combat. I think this is where I usually use Hulk. Well, we're gonna use Black. Yeah, we're gonna use Black Panther. Now I'm remembering why I sometimes use Hulk here, because he's got the healing power. Hasn't really affected me yet, but could come out of nowhere. I don't like getting stuck in the corner. That's one of my things I try not to do. I think it's fine here though, that should do it. Gold. Alright, on to floor 27, entry mode. There's a chance that enemies that activate energy damage immunity appear. So I feel like I don't feel like I do both teams. So we're gonna do Wolverine, Carnage. I should really someday write all this down. Wolverine, Carnage, and I don't know. We'll do Lizard with this. I think I've used Quicksilver for this before. Definitely not the two that I normally go with. I'm trying to save Quicksilver for the Thanos wave. The wave with all of Thanos' people. It's very clear I'm not going to beat this. That was not the right way to do it. Let's try some speed characters. Right, enter. There's a chance that enemies activate energy damage immunity appear. Let's try Spider-Man. Oh, nope. Spider-Man, him. And Sherry. I just don't want to wait. Actually, no, let's use Storm. I don't want to waste, like, characters, you know? So let's dodge rate. Yeah, let's do physical attack. Very well. I don't remember which team I usually use for this. I'm trying to be a little too conservative. I think that's half the problem. Probably bring more Spider-Man into here. This seems to be going pretty well. I know I'm not going to do it, but that's because I had a bad squad. So, okay. So we're going to keep Spider-Man and get rid of the other two. Keep Spider-Man. Let's go with speed people. And let's get Silk in here. And maybe this is where we'll get Ghost in. Although she does some electric stuff. I don't want to use... You know what? I'm going to use Angel. That's hers. I like to experiment. That's already dead. Spider-Man. This is actually not normally this difficult for me. Alright, so we need to get Silk out of there. I liked the other two being there. I just really want to do... I have plenty of good options. I just don't want to, like, jump the shark here, you know? Let's just cap it here. I think I usually use cap like way earlier than this, so... Angel dead. Spider-Man dead too? Alright, no. Going on, but I think we're doing alright here. Alright. So, Cap seemed to make the biggest bit of difference there. So we got 4 more to go. Nope, 3 more to go. It's 28. So this is Rumble mode. Heroes have the advantage. So let's go. Nope, superhero. And what do we want to do here? The next round is the big one where I actually usually use all 6. So let's go with Bam, Bam, Bam. Good day. conservative lately with my characters, because that like floor 29 is pretty rough. Alright, so this is the one that can sometimes be challenging. So for team 1, we're going to go with Jean Grey. Alright, and then for team 2, that has Thanos, so we're going to go with Wolverine, Hulk, Quicksilver. Should probably do that the other way around. Let's do this. Wolverine. Because I usually go to overtime on this one. I didn't even use Ghost in this. So let's try this. I might not even need Team 2. That's crazy. It's good to have Jean Grey coming in as a backup on Team 2, though, right? Alright, so we just... my goal is always to do as much damage as we can on this round. I understand that, you know, some of these guys are pretty tough. Especially Thanos. My dog in the background playing like crazy. As I come up towards him, but yeah, I think we're actually going to do this without even using Team 2. We did, wow. That was a pretty solid squad. And now we have the 30th floor. And this, I will basically just throw in Nova. We'll use Luna, and we will use Ghost. That means we're basically leaving Iron Man, Star-Lord. We're leaving a lot of good characters on the table. But, yeah, so this should be pretty easy. So you can mostly basically just stand here and let him just do this, and he's going to kill him. It's pretty easy. Unless I get bored. In which case, I just... Actually, I can't even end it, so... I'm like pressing 4 right now and it won't even let me. Oh, there we go. That is that. Shadowland Complete. Not very good reward. So, see what we got here for prizes. We got a nice Ant-Man number 5. Superior Obelisk. Nimble ISO. Black. So 1,500 gold, some debris, some black antimatter, and it's Monday, and I am done with Shadowland. So there you have it, folks. We got Sandman to tier 2, And we finished off Shadowland very early this week. So hopefully that was enjoyable for you, and we'll see you probably tomorrow.